And there goes another year. People say 2023 was crazy, but 2024 has been a year when you might have regretted not buying Bitcoin sooner, started wondering when AI will take over our jobs, and maybe even considered building your own little nuclear bunker. 2024 has definitely been an election-heavy year, with over 80 countries going to the polls. And despite everything that's happened, the S&P 500 hit record highs, leaving us wondering, will the bubble pop in 2025, or will it never pop? In this video, we'll summarize 7 of the most important events and trends in finance this year. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my ranking. So let's start with number 7, more tech industry layoffs. 2023 was a year that began with major layoffs, and it didn't stop this year either. In 2024, big tech companies like Google, Intel, and Cisco laid off thousands of employees, with Google cutting over 1,000 jobs, Intel eliminating 15,000, and Cisco announcing up to 9,800 layoffs. Many firms are shifting focus to AI, automation, and cloud services, reducing demand for traditional roles. According to Business Insider, the job market for tech graduates has become increasingly competitive, with developments in AI and the rise of remote work reducing the necessity for many traditional tech roles. Moving on to number 6, gold's stellar performance. Gold, often seen as a safe haven in times of uncertainty, had an impressive year in 2024, gaining nearly 28%. Why? Central banks were active buyers, accumulating gold reserves at the highest rates in decades. Amid rising geopolitical tensions, inflation fears, and market volatility, investors turn to gold for stability. But as the global economy stabilizes, hopefully, will gold continue to rise in 2025, or will its appeal fade as interest rates ease? And so our number 5 is interest rate cuts and their impact. Central banks, particularly the US Federal Reserve and the European Central Bank, made significant interest rate cuts in response to slowing economic growth and the lingering effects of inflation. The Fed reduced rates for the 3rd time in December, bringing the target down to a range of 4.25% to 4.5%. The ECB followed with its own rate cuts, 4 in total, which were among the most aggressive in years. In December, the ECB lowered the rate at which it lends to banks for 1 week to 3.15% and for 1 day to 3.4%. Lower interest rates typically fuel growth in the stock and real estate markets as borrowing becomes cheaper. Will the easing of rates continue to drive economic recovery in 2025, or will the prediction of fewer rate cuts slow down market growth? At number 4, AI's role in transforming finance. AI continued to transform the finance industry in 2024, from algorithmic trading to robo-advisors and ChatGPT as our new search engine. Artificial intelligence is reshaping how financial decisions are made. Companies like Google and Microsoft are investing heavily in AI-driven solutions to provide more efficient services, automate tasks, and improve data analysis. While AI brings efficiencies, it also raises concerns about job displacement and the ethical use of data. As AI continues to develop, it will definitely change the landscape of finance, creating new opportunities and challenges. And now for the top 3. At number 3, nvidia's dominance in AI. One of the most notable companies of 2024 was nvidia. We all saw it at least once in the news, whether we looked for it or not. The semiconductor giant solidified its position as the leader in AI hardware with the launch of its Blackwell GPU, specifically designed for artificial intelligence workloads. NVIDIA's dominance in the AI space helped the company surpass Intel in revenue and briefly became the most valuable company in the world, reaching a market cap of $3.36 trillion. For comparison, the world's most valuable company is Apple, with a $3.86 trillion market cap. With AI applications used across industries from healthcare to finance, NVIDIA's chips became the backbone of next-generation technologies. Their continued innovation in AI suggests they will remain a key player in the tech sector in the years to come, so make sure to stay in the loop if you're interested. At number 2, global elections and political shifts. 2024 was full of elections with over 80 countries going to the polls. In the US, Donald Trump made his political comeback, securing the presidency amid a challenging economic environment. Meanwhile, in Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum became the country's first female president, winning with the highest vote percentage of anyone in Mexico's democratic history. The UK ended 14 years of conservative rule, and Vladimir Putin predictably won again in Russia. Political outcomes have significant implications for financial markets. The uncertainty surrounding major elections often leads to market volatility, and 2024 was no different. Investors closely monitor these events as new policies could reshape trade, taxes, and regulations globally. And finally, at number 1, probably not too surprising, Bitcoin surpasses $100,000. Bitcoin made headlines in 2024 by smashing through the $100,000 mark for the first time. What caused this? Well, we all know the price skyrocketed after Donald Trump won the election. But it's not just that. Bitcoin is now backed by institutional interest and regulatory changes. With global inflation concerns, Bitcoin's appeal as a hedge against traditional currencies grew stronger. In addition, the US SEC appointed Paul Atkins, a known crypto supporter, to a key role, signaling a more favorable environment for cryptocurrencies. And BlackRock, one of the largest asset managers, is now recommending investors allocate part of their portfolios to Bitcoin, which helped fuel its surge. Plus, with the launch of Bitcoin ETFs, everyday investors gained easy access to digital assets, accelerating growth. While some view Bitcoin's rise as a sign of a financial revolution, others warn that this growth could be unsustainable. Regulatory uncertainties remain, and major banks are still unable to fully engage with crypto. Even so, many crypto advocates like MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor continue to believe in long-term gains and plan to keep buying Bitcoin. The question remains, is Bitcoin a bubble ready to burst? Or is it making its way to a $1 million value? And that's 2024 wrapped. 2025 promises to be no less exciting with new regulations, political partnerships, and Trump returning to office in January. If you're curious about the Trump tariff proposal and how they might affect consumers like us, you might be interested in this video. Thanks for watching and Happy New Year!